So surds are irrational numbers. So they're a member of the group R without Q. And they're written in the form root A. And A itself will be an element of the real number set. Okay? So we want to be able to simplify surds. For example, we might want to simplify something like root 20. So how can we write root 20 in a simpler form? Well, what we're going to do is we are going to look at the number under the root, and we're going to think what its factors might be. And we're particularly going to look for any factors that themselves are square numbers. So I'm going to break 20 up into 4 times 5. And using the distributive rule, I'm going to be able to split that further so that the root applies to each of the individual factors of 20. And then I'm going to be able to apply my rooting where possible. So root 4, I can evaluate as 2. And of course, root 5 then can stay the same. So root 20 can be simplified to 2 root 5. This can be useful when you're trying to compare the size of different surds, because when you look at, for example, root 5 and root 20, it's not immediately obvious how many times bigger root 20 is than root 5. But if you write root 20 as 2 root 5, you can then see that you need to multiply root 5 by 2 to get to 2 root 5. So 2 root 5 is twice as big as root 5. So you can also use this method to simplify longer calculations. So for example here, if I want to simplify this calculation, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, root 5, I can't really do very much with it. Root 45, I can split up into 9 by 5. And of course, we saw a little while ago, root 20 is 4 by 5. And then root 5, I can leave alone. I'm going to say root 9, root 5, minus root 4, root 5. I can tidy up each of these then. Root 5 plus 3 root 5 minus 2 root 5. When I get to this stage, it's almost like I'm doing algebra. It's almost like the root 5 is taking the place of an x. So what I'm really going to look at is I'm going to look at the coefficients of each of those root 5s when I'm actually trying to simplify this particular calculation. So I've got 1 and 3 is 4, take 2 is 2. So I've got 2 root 5s as my solution.